Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Pyre. I have decided that since there is always someone to talk to in the Black Wagon at the start of the episode, I'm just gonna start beginning the episodes in the Black Wagon already. And look, Jody wants to talk to us, so it seems like my instincts were good there. What do you think, Jodariel? You approach Jodariel, who seems to be busy explaining something to Sir Gilman. And so, fainting left against them proves to be reliable. They all lead with their right wings when they choose to strike. They are quick, but can leave themselves quite vulnerable. Such sage counsel, madam. This knight feels more emboldened should he ever again be forced to confront the high-wing remnants in single combat. Pray you never shall. Being here, I suppose it is unlikely. She notices you then. Reader, the good knight and I were just comparing survival strategies we picked up on the blood border, reminiscing on old times, it could be called. Indeed, the good Jodariel has volunteered to become this knight's master-at-arms should we ever achieve our liberty together, and this knight humbly accepted. No. What? I said no such thing. I owe you nothing, worm. Ah, but the finest lessons are the harshest made, madam. This knight is overjoyed that you would thusly train him as your protege. Reader, spare me, please. You somehow manage to steer the subject back to military tactics. This knight is most impressed with your familiarity with the finer points of being sliced to ribbons by the high-wing remnants, Master Reader. Sir Gilman and Jodariel continue the conversation for some time. You sense they are in relatively good spirits, all things considered. Good. Let's take a look at the Book of Rites. We got a few new pages last time. We can read about the Pit of Malith. If there is one celestial landmark in which I would never again wish to tread, unless, of course, the stars beseech me to it, it has to be the pit. 'Twas dark in there beyond all reckoning. If not for Malith's sorcerous lantern, all of us, we all would have been lost. What lies within the pit is not to be invoked, although I have no doubt our goodly Underking shall be unable to prevent himself from boasting of how Malith sealed it there for an entire age. The thing yet lies there on the edge of death. Through its connection to the stars, it gives the pit significance. Walk there with courage and a steady mind. Are they referring to Islach, the titan that the bog witches, wanted to resurrect? They might be. Alright, so this is where we can learn about the Titan stars, and this is where we learn about the triumvirates. Let's read about the chastity. Those bearing the name the Chastity all count themselves disciples of Luce Glorian, the Hundred Minds, known firstly for his wisdom, but also cherished for his modesty, integrity, and kinship. Sglorian's priority in forming his triumvirate was to instill in all his subjects a deep-seated deference and respect for the rules governing the liberation cycle. The cycle of the rites needs to be respected to be understood, and needs to be understood to be respected, Sglorian said. Thus the chastity are emissaries of the cycle. Should they earn back their liberty, then they shall spread enlightenment itself, and all of us shall grow. I'm afraid the chastity is not quite there right now. They're all concerned with earning their freedom for personal gain, not to spread enlightenment, I'm afraid. Alright, it's time to continue our journey back to the fall of Solium for another liberation rite. I am extremely on the fence between two possible anointees. I really could go either way at this point. Let's just see if anything happens between now and then to sway me in one direction. Being here in Flagging Hands continues to sap most everyone's spirits. Yay! Less hope. But we're leaving. Come on. Ugh. Not seeing a lot of other black wagons. Usually we pass a bunch. Oh boy. Where can we land? Emperor's Fall. Anywhere else? Emperor's Ascent. Rookie shall gain favor from the scribes if you land here. Hedwyn shall gain favor from the scribes if you land here. Well, I'm not really planning on using Rookie, so we might as well land here. You make landing on the sacred Mount Elodiel, upon whose summit the next liberation rite shall soon take place. You wonder who among you may regain his or her freedom this time. Volfred finds you after the post-flight inspection. We shall have to take the rest of the trip to Fall of Solium by land. May we soon liberate another of our own there. That should raise the chances that our plan shall ultimately succeed. The Beyonder Crystal seeks Pamitha. Okay. We can do that. I can sense you out there somewhere. What is it that you want? Are you gonna talk to me more, Sandra? I thought I told you to be gone. She is pushing you away as she did before. Perhaps I ought to cease my services to you, if you insist on disrespecting my wishes thus. Would that sound good to you, O reader? Imagine not having access to the loathsome trinkets which I grant to you. Imagine those idiots of yours having to get by without my tutelage. I can imagine it just fine myself. I was once a weapon, used to kill an emperor. Attempt to kill him anyway. Now I am once again a tool being exploited, soon to be discarded. Go on then. Leave me be. Go about your business, and let us pretend we do not know full well how this shall end between us. Scribe trial? For Pamitha? We can keep the righteous flame on her. Or the Kerfang. We don't usually really need the righteous flame, like healing, in a scribe trial. We can put the righteous fang on her. The sling bullet, no. Hope, quickness. She's actually not that fast. Let's put quickness on her. Okay. Summon Pamitha. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Pamitha. Oh, you mean that feisty harp. She may yet be taught some manners, I should think. I shall attempt to bring her down to size. Let us bring her forth. Soon Pamitha arrives in heat of the summons. You called me, reader darling? Ah, it's that crystal. Then let's hash it out. I'm ready. High mobility and can fly clear over their adversaries. That's true. That's why I like using her. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, Harp. You answer to me here. Ooh, a bossy one. Sure, then go on and tell me more. Such a delightful student for a change. Come then, let us see what you can do. Left to your own devices. Save for your reader's vigilance, of course. Let's show her what she wants to see then, reader darling. What are we up against? Another harp, of course. Oh no! No! Okay. No! Okay, this is gonna be hard. There we go. Okay. No! Okay. No! Okay. This is tricky. Trickier than I thought it would be. I thought it was a whole thing that she can't be banished while she's casting her aura. I thought. Oh god. They keep banishing her too fast. Oh, now that was unfortunate. Alas, it was. The pretty little harp has gushed her despair, but it would seem she lacks the prowess to back it up. I would tell you not to waste my time, harp, but the truth is that my time is there for you to waste. So by all means, try again with me if that is your desire. Let's try with a different talisman. I think we can do it. We just need a different talisman. You find yourself back in the wagon. Yeah. No, I think I can do it. I just need to put something else on her. Maybe the moon crest? Or the Titan tooth. We can try out the Titan tooth. It'll be good to stun the other harp. No! Damn it! There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Somehow I'm doing so much better this time. No! Okay, I need to not try and banish them when they're all bunched up like that, is the problem, I think. Because then I launch forward towards them, but if more of them are around, then I'm right near them, and they can banish me in an instant. So I think that's the main problem I was having last time. Ah, Titan Tooth. Did I win? Yes. Nice. There now, is everybody happy? Oh, happy as can be, my doubtless pretty harp. So good of you to ask. On top of that, your performance was sufficient and you passed my test. You have my congratulations, both to you and to your lovely reader. Now be gone from here before I have any second thoughts. My, that Sandra sure could use a massage or something. So angry, isn't she? Say, what's that you have there, darling? Triesta's plume. While flying, after dousing the adversary's pyre, Pamitha may instantly return and deals 3 damage. Interesting. I can make use of that. She can instantly return and deal 3 automatic damage if she douses while flying. Okay. That's an interesting one. Alright, let's Seek the Nomad Scribe's favor. Join Hedwyn on a pilgrimage to Golgolathanian. Later that day, you accompany Hedwyn into the old masonry of Emperor's Fall, where a monument to Golgolathanian awaits you. Yeah. And yeah. Perhaps due to the nature of this place, you begin to sense Hedwyn's inner thoughts, as clear as if you were speaking aloud. We have to prevail. Whether on my behalf or not, I do not care right now. We have to prevail. For everyone's sake. Please help us do this. Help us. Soon, you and Tia are finished paying your respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Golgolathanian has shown your favor. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent. For now, the solitude here is fit for pursuing your vocations. He gained +2 hope. Alright. Oh, someone wants to talk to us? You find Hedwyn rather lost in thought about something. He looks over as you approach. Oh, hey, my friend. Alright, so, what's it going to be? He points in the direction of his cooking tins, strewn over in the corner of the wagon. One of life's small comforts around here is, we get to eat. Not a day goes by that I'm not grateful for it, but there's only so much to choose from. Whether here in Montelodial, or anywhere around, I guess. Anyway, I was just having trouble trying to decide what to cook. Just had fire caps again last night, and those never seem to sit that well with everyone anyway. There's no more glopgil, not that anyone but Tizo ever liked that stuff. And I feel like we've been having gutter crabs every day for months, so I'm not too excited about that. This is where you come in. And no consulting books or stars or anything, just you and me, here and now. What am I making? You decide, because I can't. I know there's a lot of serious stuff to think about these days, but so help me, no one's struggling to regain their freedom on an empty stomach. Hedwyn, I love you so much. You take care of us. And you're so sweet. Fillet of slurg, an acquired taste, acquired mostly through a prolonged and desperate stay within the downside. Silt porridge, a notorious dish that Hedwyn has perfected to the upper limits of its capacity to not be terrible. Gutter crabs again. This inoffensive option has the added benefit of putting some lucky gutter crabs out of their misery. Or whatever he wants. It is exceedingly difficult to choose from all the delectable meal options in the downside. If you have perfected it, however perfection may look, let's have the silt porridge. You ask that Hedwyn prepare another batch of his silt porridge for the group. He eyes you warily as you request this, searching you for any trace of irony. Alright, my friend. Never took you for the silt porridge type, but so be it. I guess even after all this time, we still have much to learn about each other. Now lend me a hand here with the stuff, would you? As you assist Hedwyn with preparing the silt porridge, the two of you get to talking about the past. The reality of cooking on the downside has a way of making him nostalgic. Life on the blood border wasn't that much easier than trying to get by down here. The Highwing remnants could swoop in at any time. They were so good at picking the worst possible occasions for us. The time they showed up and I was nowhere to be found, I must have told you about that. On the contrary, he has seldom revealed much about his past to you. Well, either way, I don't think I ever told you much about Fikani. I was writing to relay an order when she caught me out in the open. She could have had me, but we just stood there, you know? I'd never seen anything like her. And her voice, she says to me, "You ought to be more careful with your life." And I just say, I am not the type to say such things, but it's all I could think of looking at her then, so I just tell her it was worth the risk. Anyway, she spared my life, of course. And when we saw riders heading towards us, I looked at her, she took hold of me, and we just took off. I didn't want to leave her, and I didn't, for a while. He trails off for a while. Soon after I came back, I went off in search of her again. This time, though, the risk I took, a lot of people paid for it. The harps attacked when no one was there to raise the alarm. A few days later, Hedwyn the deserter was sentenced to exile. And now, he's about to cook some silt porridge. Thanks for your help, my friend. I can take it from here. See you shortly. He heads out in the afternoon. You sense he feels more at ease after having spoken with you. More hope. Give thanks for silt porridge. Oh, his bio was updated. He was convicted for desertion. He fled the Blood Borders North Front without leave and did not return. His motive was insurrection. The records state he wished to relay Commonwealth military secrets to the enemy, but we know that's not true. We know he was in love, and that's why he left. They each felt a powerful connection and escaped together rather than fight each other to the death, and left his post in search of her. Okay. I think that kind of puts it to rest. If I am given the option, I'm going to anoint Hedwyn. The one thing I was kind of holding out for was the fact that I didn't know his full backstory. But I do now. And, you know, I feel like these masteries he has, where, you know, he gives buffs to his entire party, that's something really valuable, but it's not something that I've really felt like I needed. So I'm okay letting him go. My other option was Tay, because I feel like I've heard her story now, and she's also not that useful to me in the rights, I feel. But, I don't know, the thing that was holding me back from Tay is more story-based, because, you know, I don't want to say that, oh, because she's young, because she's clearly neurodivergent, that means she can't survive up in the Commonwealth, but I do worry about her quality of life if she leaves, the downside, because she genuinely does seem happier here. And if her only companion up there is Tizo, who is obviously very dear to her, she misses him a lot, but if the only people I have up there are this young, moon-touched girl and an imp, the first of his kind to ever leave the downside, who barely even speaks the language, I don't really have high hopes for the momentum of the plan, and I feel like Hedwyn would be better for that reason. Because, you know, he's older, he's got more of a grip on things, and he's a natural leader, so it would be good to have him up there. But I was holding out to hear his backstory, and now we have. And, it was a really hard choice, because Hedwyn and Tay are my two favorite characters by far. And I would hate to say goodbye to either of them, but Hedwyn, I'm okay saying goodbye now. Alright. Let's forage. A source of enlightenment? Or something Falcon Ron values? I was looking more for money, so... A solemn vow. Ooh! 86. That's valuable. Wow. Alright, let's continue our journey. The Temple High Road or the Temple Cistern? Now it's a matter of deciding who I want to be on my roster. My thought is definitely Pamitha. I want to try out her new talisman. But do I want to go with Jody or with Gilman? I feel like Gilman hasn't necessarily been working out as well as he could be as my banisher. I'm not giving up on him yet, but I think for now I'm kind of preferring Jody, because she worked really well with Pamitha last time. So let's gain some favor for her. On the way to the summit, you pass a monument to Luce Glorian, and Jodariel happens to take notice. You scribes, I do not believe that you can hear me. Perhaps all this is but a joke to you. If so, then do not tamper with the feelings of my comrades. I shall not forgive you if you do. She says little after paying her respects. However, as you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Luce Glorian has shown you favor. She gained presence. Nice. Big aura. Big aura. Here we are at the gate again. You and your companions gather once more at the Scribe's Gate, where a single narrow trail leads upward toward the summit, past an archway carved of stone. Come this way, please. The minstrel leads you toward the archway, where his counterpart awaits. The exiles of the Nightwings have returned. They have. Greetings, Celeste. She all but ignores him and motions to the rest of you. Now then, each of you in turn, please state your name and what it is that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Please, just do as she says. Everyone steps forth, one after another, much like before. Ruki passes through the gate. Hedwyn passes through the gate. Pamitha passes through the gate. Sir Gilman passes through the gate, gloriously. Tay passes through the gate. Jodariel passes through the gate. Volfred passes through the gate. No one is left to go but you. You step forth and declare yourself as you did before. The guardian of Scribe's Gate regards you with a still expression. Then she addresses all of you in her formal manner. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. The lone minstrel glances up at the gate guardian. You have our gratitude, Celeste. But she pays him no heed. Again, you gain the top of Mount Elodial, from which the downside sprawls before you. You wonder whether one among you shall soon follow Tizo from this place. Alright, we got a page revealed. We got the slug market. Oh, hey guys. You know, it gets real awful cold up here sometimes, waiting for customers, so come on in, okay? And good luck in that big battle thing you got. That's where you're going, isn't it? I heard it's gonna be exciting from my friends. Alright, ooh. Infernal Bloom. After bearer banishes an adversary by aura casting, an aura burst may occur. Alright, let's sell this. Because, oh boy, that's a lot of muns. Absolutely buy a scoop of Stardust. Should we buy any of these talismans? We can get the Twilight Shard for Tay. The Thorn Knot is cheap, and it seems like a good deal, so let's sell that. The Ashen Coal would also be something good, but I'm gonna buy a scoop of Stardust. And put that on. More quickness. Jodariel casts farther. Bonus damage to the Curfang. Triesta's Plume, bonus damage. Increase range. see what's on people. More hope. Further fling. That can't be upgraded. Neither can that. I mean, I'll take any opportunity to upgrade the Kerfang. Alright. And I think I'll save up for now. Appreciate you doing business, and you guys be sure to tell your friends, okay? Alright, we got some pages revealed to us. We can read a couple. Downside travels. You cannot survive the downside if you cannot get around. Howlers shall descend on you, or Tempest shall shear you to pieces. That is just the way of it. Traveling through the environs is no simple feat. Consider yourself blessed if you are born a cur. If not, however, you shall have to find a means to cross these lands without the benefit of 4 strong paws. Luce Glorian believes this untamed land can be traversed through means unnatural. I thought at first that he meant sorcery, but he suggests invention. He speculates that carriages could cross this land by harnessing its fury. A wild thought. In my case, my paws shall suffice. Alright. Let's read about the fall of Solium. From the top of Mount Elodial, the downside may be seen in its entirety, or at least felt, since so much of the land is shrouded. But that is hardly all. Through a wondrous miracle, there lies upon this highest mountain an inverted fall, whose waters crash not toward the sea, but rush toward the heavens. We speculate these are the very waters which delivered us, but now bend backwards, seeking their return, as do we all. In this phenomenon can freedom be achieved, but only for the chosen when the time is right. This is a path to freedom we cannot traverse, but shall leave open for you, so that you may strive for it. Alright, and let's read about the Titans. And this is written by the Worm. The stars shine strange beneath the sea. This one dared rise from the water so that he could see them plain, the burning essences of those who came before. Our lives are but a quest to join the stars. This one longed to be the brightest. But in the downside, this one met those with whose own stars shall doubtless burn at least as hot. Together we achieve great deeds. You may have seen some evidence of it, the remains of the greater Titans, which once darkened this dark land. But in our kinship was the strength to conquer them. It is this one's humble charge to chronicle those deeds, and may the Titan stars never stain the sky during our time. Islach Astralborn. The foul name of the Star Titan is written here but once. Do not invoke it, lest you aid its reawakening. It sups upon despair and fear and doubt, and lands such as our own. 'Twas our mighty mistress Malith which tracked the astral-born monstrosity within its loathsome pit, where it lay nursing wounds sustained from traveling across the stars in search of simple prey. The wicked astral-born could drive a lesser creature to the brink of sanity with a mere passing glance. But not Malith. She cast upon the fiend 100 words of binding, each one more binding than the last. With the creature's incandescent skin we bound this book, and bound ourselves unto the stars. Alright, I think that's everything to read in the book. And it's time to commence. The time has come for your second liberation rite to commence. You observe the lone minstrel and Volfred speaking in hushed tones, but cannot sense the topic or the tone. Then Volfred looks up at you. I trust that you are feeling as prepared as possible, my girl. Each rite is consequential to our journey in its own respect. These liberation rites have a more immediate effect. It's somewhat crass, however. I've gone and estimated how much each of our companions may contribute to the outcome of our plans should they be liberated here. Factors such as their previous occupation, innate tendency to lead, and oratory skill contributed to my assessment. It's nothing personal, for we are all in this together. Besides, we all ought to return in time, if possible. Know simply that, for each one of us who goes, in so doing, he or she shall raise our total chances of success. Reader, madam, this night you shall confront the Essence. They have already appointed Pamitha to be liberated should they manage to prevail. We all have faith in you, my girl. And lo, even the stars agree on this account. Alright, I'm going to reject this one. What's this? At the start of your right, the adversary's pyre shall automatically gain 30. Yikes. How about we have this? More hope.
Limbless Erzak. Endriga the Widow.
I'm gonna use this one. I know maybe it's risky to have any of these active during the liberation, right? But yeah.
The Nightwings have returned unto the fall of Solium, at which the scribes first formed their sacred union. At stake this night is freedom and prosperity. But only for one exile who prevails in this liberation rite. Your many adversaries all did strive to earn this opportunity. 'Twas the essence which earned it. Who shall be absolved is up to all of you.
Oh boy. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the essence, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Pamitha swoops down from somewhere and unfastens her mask. I am known as Pamitha Thane. I mean to return to my ancestral home and promptly resume my responsibilities as flight tactician of the Highwing Remnants. Our long stalemate against the Commonwealth shall soon be ended, should I and several of my sisters manage to rejoin our clan. Then our vengeance shall be swift and thorough. Your quarrel with the country that cast you into exile is beneath the notice of the scribes, Pamitha Thane. Here you shall be judged under the stars. My quarrel with the Commonwealth is all that gave me and my sisters strength enough to reach this point. The scribes ought well take heed of how my people suffer. We are not weaklings anymore, like your Trieste Titus. We shall not fall in line with flightless fools and their naked attempts to subsume our heritage, our culture. Speak not again thus of the saints, or you shall be expelled, Pamitha Thane. Pamitha scoffs, then turns her attention towards your side. And, Nightwings, as for you, the fury we shall imminently show is nothing in comparison to the hatred growing for your commonwealth in the mountains on the other side. She signals to her sisters to ready themselves. You seek your freedom, but there shall be nothing save for devastation should you manage to return. Alright, they have the Ashen Coal, but not too upgraded. Now then, have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct the liberation rite? Reader, I am bound to tell you once more. The first companion whom you choose shall go free this very night if you prevail. Only the enlightened may thus be anointed. Not all among you may yet be ready. The other two chosen for the triumvirate shall lend their aid. Nightwings, make your decision. Alright.
Who would you set free?
Alright. We have 3 who are eligible. Hedwyn, Jodariel, and Pamitha, and we're going to anoint Hedwyn. And I think we're going to give Hedwyn the Righteous Flame. Pamitha, you can have Trieste's Plume. And Jody, we'll decide which one you get later. But we're gonna anoint Hedwyn. And let's also see what the Essence have equipped. Pamitha moves, flies quickly. Her Pyre automatically gains 25 health. While carrying the orb, the bear moves faster than usual. She flies fast, and moves faster than usual. Okay. We're gonna anoint Hedwyn.
Hedwyn,
This is my shot to go free. But I can't just leave the rest of you.
Who shall strive for him?
Alright. We're gonna put Pamitha. Sure, let's get him out of here then. And Jodariel. Especially since she has a massive presence. Let's put her legendary on there. Yeah. Cast her aura farther and faster than usual.
Jodariel.
Understood. Let us return him home.
It is done.
One final obstacle to overcome ere I can soar again above your commonwealth. Such destruction I shall rain upon it soon. But first, let us dance this final time.
Commence.
Damn it. As the liberation rite continues, you sense Pamitha reaching out to you, or perhaps just reaching out to anyone at all. Reader, someone, please, let her prevail. Let her prevail, please, let her prevail. Hear this once. Oh no, she wants her sister to go free. If this thought makes me a traitor, so be it, but please let Pamitha prevail, for she is here, wrapped up in all of this, because of me. The plea trails off, and Pamitha remains steadfast, all her attention focused on the liberation rite. And as for Pamitha, prepare yourselves, Nightwings. And as for you, Pamitha, I await the outcome of this night, for it shall soon ensure that I may never have to see your smirking countenance again. Alright. Heal us. Heal us, Hedwyn. Oh no! No! Oh no. This is bad. No!
That one almost come through.
There we go, Pamitha. Okay, we might lose this one, actually.
The orb is up. A
No.
shameful outcome.
Oh no!
That ought to wake you up.
Oh boy.
Hedwyn is back.
No!
There it is.
Oh no!
The essence proved their worth.
Oh no.
As for the Nightwings, they most certainly did not. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the essence shall be free, absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Well, what a moment to have our first loss. Okay, Hedwyn seems okay with it. It seems I won't be going free this day. But you know what? I had myself a little taste of it back there. And it's enough to tide me over for a while. Wasn't ready to leave you all anyway. Aw, Hedwyn, you're so sweet. Maybe, yeah, it was definitely a bad idea to have the Titan Stars active during the Liberation Rite. I will know better for the future. But Pamitha's happy because her sister goes free. Hedwyn is happy because he gets to spend more time with us. And Tamitha's happy. Which is good. You know, she talks about her people being subsumed and oppressed by the Commonwealth, and I think that is a valid reason to fight. So, Godspeed, Pamitha. Hope everything goes well for you. Commonwealth fools. How fitting that traditions such as this should spring forth from a culture such as yours. They ought to have put me to the sword, but no. They, in their arrogance and in their smug superiority, deigned reason that those such as I ought to be exiled instead. Here, then, we would live in penitence and learn the error of our ways. She laughs for once, though not with joy. Such utter nonsense. And now, they shall receive me open-armed, a champion forged by their precious system. Yet I shall use every waking breath to bring them all to ruin. She turns to her fellow sisters of the Essence and regards them with respect. Sisters, we may not be bound by blood, but ours is a stronger bond even than that. May we soar together in the stars someday, and I swear to you, the High-Wing remnant shall survive. Farewell, sisters. A moment later, she is gone, engulfed within the waters of the Shimmer Pool. Yet you hear her voice reverberate for one last time. Farewell, sisters. Pamitha earned back her freedom. Accept this, for it is done.
Godspeed, Pamitha Thane. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
You and the Nightwings may have experienced your first defeat, but this is not the end. Rather, this is an opportunity for you and your fellow exiles to press onward. Hedwyn, for example, learned a valuable lesson this night. A rush of enlightenment gained from surviving a tough situation, awarded only this one time. Ooh. So too has Pamitha, not in spite of the setback with the Essence, but because of this. And Jodariel is no exception. She has gained more insight here as well. Your fellow exiles all shall gain enlightenment and learn and grow from what transpired, but they only get this once. And your story shall continue. The choice of whether to accept such outcomes now and all throughout your quest is to be yours alone. I accept it. I really like a game that doesn't let defeat be the end of it. That that accepts failure as part of the game and part of the story and like weaves it in. I like a game with no game over, even in a game where there is loss. So, you know, part of me is really excited to have this experience. It's still a shame though. Hedwyn, I was really, really hoping for you to get out there and meet your girl and have your freedom and help the plan out. But, you know, we live and learn. No matter what anyone says, I refuse to think that there's some sort of limit to one's understanding of all this. Alright. Choose a mastery for Hedwyn. More stamina. Hedwyn and his allies may instantly return banished allies by moving to where they fell. Divine Retribution. Let's go all in on this. Yeah, maybe giving Hedwyn the Righteous Flame was a mistake, I think. I should have given that to Pamitha or Jody, because he is not equipped to be, like, fast or nimble or powerful even. He's there to buff everyone else. So I think that making him in charge of dousing the pyre to help us out, that was a mistake. But I think I'm still going to go all in with him being like a party buff. So let's do Sacred Bond. Poor Ruki, oh my god. Pamitha didn't quite level up. Okay.
May the scribes have mercy on us all.
Well, Pamitha, I knew full well I never could give back to you the years you spent in exile, and I knew I never could regain your trust. But maybe now at least, I can start to live with myself again. Though, how absurd. I might have doomed the Commonwealth, the Highwing remnants, and Pamitha alike this night, and yet, once more, all I can think of is myself. I need a drink. After the liberation rite, you find Pamitha drinking alone. Everyone else seems to be off, doing something equivalent. You are about to leave her be when she looks up at you. That's that then, reader darling. Mission accomplished. Is that what you wish to hear? That my loyalties have, all this time, rested with Pamitha? You know that it's not that simple. Besides, I think I've made plain my intentions from the start. I'm here because of her. She looks up at you then. But I'm still here because of you. She pauses again for a time. I don't know the reasons why we failed that liberation rite. Were the essence simply superior to us, perhaps? But I don't wish to know. And, as you can probably detect here, darling, I feel no joy in this outcome. But I feel as though a part of me was liberated there, along with Pamitha. So, and I realize this may make little sense right now, but thanks. If nothing else, for being there to help me see this through. She then gestures towards you with her bottle. Commemorate the occasion with Pamitha. She's going through a lot and you probably use some company. It seems best to let Pamitha confront her feelings on her own. Let's drink with her. You accept the bottle, and the two of you drink in silence for a time. Nothing more needs to be said. As the hour grows very late, you excuse yourself and leave her to her thoughts. If Pamitha ever was conflicted in her intentions, you sense that now she is fully committed to the group. She has nothing else to strive for. We did what we could. With each liberation rite, we strive to advance our plan. A brighter future awaits at the end of the path. For now, we must persevere. Speaking of which, reader, I take it you have seen the stars, or should I say, the lack thereof. You have, or did. Once more, the sky is all abyssal darkness, following the liberation rite. No stars illuminate themselves to guide you further on your path. Then let us go once more to Moonlight Alcove. I have an errand I must run, besides, once we arrive. Best we recover now, and make our way southward at first light. Alright. Well, that was a bit of a mixed bag. It's a bummer to have lost, definitely. But I feel like some good came out of it too. I'm glad that Pamitha got some closure. I'm glad that Hedwyn doesn't feel too distraught to have lost his chance at freedom. And I'm glad that the game continues on. And that we still have a chance to, work our plan and free our exiles, even through hardship. So, next time we'll pick up the pieces and start again. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more Pyre.